Three, two, one.
The following Pulpery podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Welcome to the Pulpery Nerdcast with Brock and Ben. This podcast is where we discuss the nerd culture headlines that intrigue us and those minor details that enrage us.
Okay, so we saw The Creator, and it did not disappoint at all.
You know, that's one of those where, I mean, the previews looked interesting.
Yeah.
But because, I guess, even though, I mean, that Rogue One is one of the better side Star Wars movies.
I can't think of a better. Every time I try to think,
yeah,
that's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that, I think everybody just was like, let's see what this guy can do outside of a preset universe.
Oh, did he do it?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. We'll just start with the easy stuff. It was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of practical set pieces. Like on location in building something and then like a green screen behind it.
Yeah.
Type shit.
No, yeah.
It was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and whatever, I'm assuming he had tons of actors in the dot costumes. The motion, motion capture.
That's why I was trying. Like, did the kid have a cap on? Because their faces were fucking. Yeah. Their faces were there. It was the real actor.
Yeah.
God, it was all the fucking things. Like, who goes? You know what? We're just going to make the computer where you could see it and moving inside.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put that on screen.
But when it would stop. Like, as they're thinking, or like, it would be like, is someone speaking to them, like the wheels would stop, and then you could literally see them starting.
Yep. And you could turn them off, which I guess, sorry. Sleep?
Yeah. Or put them in standby mode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Standby mode. That's what I was looking for. I was trying to, like, all of that, the whole concept. I don't know. I'm going to run through some questions here.
Sure.
Or just throw them out. They have robot religion.
Yes.
Buddhist robot, AI.
Yeah, because, when you get to the end, they talk about reincarnation of...
They talk about fucking Valhalla.
Yeah, at one point, yeah. Oh, wait, no, the soldiers do.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
These
I forgot about that.
Right, and that's why I immediately went home and wrote those two things down. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm thinking, like, the Valhalla thing was just, like,
That's I get it.
Soldiers.
I get it, and it's all programmed in, right? So that's just another level of...
Well, that one with the robots, that was with the humans.
Well, the humans program the AI, right?
Sure.
So then they had to program in religion at some point, or are they learning as they go?
Well, I mean, I think that's the ultimate question about that piece too. Is did they, when they achieve consciousness, did they attribute their maker and the daughter of the maker to be?
Because they called her the maker.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
What else do I have? So, And who gets to go to heaven? And the whole, like, what makes someone good and what makes someone bad?
Well, and that's what...
and they did this with robots, and it was fucking gorgeous. And they had all this shit buried in there, and it's not overwhelming at all.
Well, I was going to say, like, that's one at the very end where, like, with the kid... what do you call her? Alfie?
Alfie.
Yeah. She's implanted with the idea of an afterlife, whereas the robots believe in a reincarnation cycle.
Right, because they understand that if they get turned off, they could get turned on.
Which actually makes total sense for robots.
Yeah, of course.
It's like a Cylon thing, like you get downloaded into another...
Right, which is I was going to get to that too, because they pull the fucking memory chips out of them.
Yeah.
And they get like a 30-second conversation. Dude's looking at his dead body as a robot.
Jesus.
I said, are you what? And then I was like, okay, I've got 30 seconds and you're asking me questions and I'm looking at my dead body. Like, there it is, right here.
Yeah.
Next to me. And you want to talk to me? Yeah.
The
that
dude
hilarious.
that they had doing, or I guess he was, or playing that model, that I
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Middle Eastern dude,
beard, long hair. Yeah.
And I just say that because I don't want to say
you did it perfect.
Indian and he's not Indian or something like
he's
that. But
awesome.
Yeah,
he's super tan.
Yeah, but like he's real. He pops up as a side character in sci-fi fantasy stuff all the time.
There's a lot of them that do that. Did you notice that I had his fucking name there. Who played District 9? Who was the main character?
Oh,
what's his name?
It's not Blomkamp because that's the director, but yeah.
The actor. He was just a random person at the end of the movie.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we're also talking about a movie that just whips Sturgill Simpson out of nowhere and throws him in.
Here you go.
Yeah. I'll fix your robot, man. What's happening?
And that's exactly how he's saying, just like that. And Ken Wanatobi being like the one at the end. Did I say his name right?
No.
Okay.
Wanatabi.
Wanatabi? What did I say? Wasabi?
Wanatobi.
Oh, Wanatabi.
You want to make him like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He is.
I was going to say, like, if he shows up in your science fiction film, it's going to be good. So, and I love that he outlasted everybody. Yeah, even with a hole in his chest.
Right. Because they took his chip out. He got reincarnated.
Oh, that's, yeah.
I don't know that. I just made that up because the shot, they never showed you from here down after he got shot in the chest. Spoiler alert. So, there was so much going on. We'll get to the little girl. I can't remember. I know his middle name's David and his last name's Washington. I don't remember.
Michael David Washington. I think.
That dude is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is like crazy to think that he was a football player.
Yeah, that's
before
what I was
jumping into acting.
Was Tenet his first big thing, or did he have a show on HBO? Or is that the other guy?
The first thing I remember seeing him in was Black Klansman.
Thank you. That's it. Okay.
That was his debut.
That's a pretty fucking good one, too.
Yeah.
So then he did that, Tenet, and now this?
Yeah.
Oh, sign that man up for whatever the fuck he wants. He sounds like Denzel.
Yeah.
Like Training Day Denzel, there was a couple of scenes, right, where he was fucking Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You could close your eyes and be like, oh.
Well, yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. And he doesn't just play like this meathead.
Mm-mm.
Like he's nuanced. We never, ever, ever got the backstory about his leg and his arm, other than military, right?
No, it was. I think they did it super quick in that he was in L.A. when the bomb went off.
Oh, when he lost his family.
Right. Yeah. I'm assuming that's where he lost his leg and his arm.
Oh, that makes way more sense. I guess I missed the whole point where he was in L.A. too.
Yeah.
I just assumed he clearly wasn't there when they nuked the fucking place.
But that was something, I liked about the movie was with the opening sequence.
That's where I was headed next.
And then they instead of like doing another say 10, 15 minutes of like here's his in between time, it's like a flat like 2 minutes of I'm cleaning up shit and then now I'm being recruited back into this fucking crap.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I loved it that it was like a 50s Sears commercial on the TV. Like one of those PBS specials.
It was very Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to get to that with the music and the TV shows later. But it's like all that, and then Oppenheimer happened, and then you're thrust. I have to process all of that. The beginning to Fallout.
Yeah.
And then Oppenheimer, and now I'm in this movie.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, the music, all the music stations were like that Fallout vibe. And the TV shows.
Right.
The cartoons she was watching. Alfie was watching.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, old anime.
Right. Yeah. Like cartoon. Yeah, it just, Fallout, I didn't think about that until now. It gave a very Fallout vibe.
Yeah.
Because AI just straight up nuked the world. Or LA, but did they?
No. No.
Did they? But did they?
According to Ken
no.
Watanabe, no.
No.
Yeah.
There's a flaw or human error, as it were.
Right, so it wasn't Skynet, it was...
Yeah, exactly. It was not Skynet.
Yeah, or, you know, it was... Well, and that's one of those things where you kind of going... I'm not saying a sequel, but like... Maybe a limited series would be fun because, like, in the old tube television opening,
right?
Like the president's in a general's outfit.
Yes.
So, I mean, what if it was, you know, an atypical historical thing of, you know, create the crisis so
general takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's clearly new alliances formed, like new, what did they call it?
New Asia.
Asia is what they called it. And it was clearly everything from like New Zealand, Australia, through Vietnam, all the way up.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But you're right. It was manufactured. Spoiler.
Well, and then the idea that like New Asia is this haven where humans and AI are getting together.
It's where everybody understands that, hey, this shit didn't happen, and America went straight to, I'm building Nomad.
Yeah.
This fucking Death Star that flies around the planet and murders people.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's its sole job, is to harvest corn, which we'll get to later, and murder people wherever their flashing things go.
Yeah.
Death Star, called the Nomad.
Right. But low orbit Death Star.
Yeah. That's low orbit. Like, yeah. That, and so then you have that, and then you have the military going into New Asia.
Yeah.
And slaughtering and being horrible, horrible, horrible Americans.
And let's not, real quickly to forget, because we need to talk more about the kid in the second half.
Yes.
But they fucking slip Allison Janney in as she was the military general attacking.
Oh, the bad girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the voice on, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, she was...
I didn't know what her real name was.
She was on the fucking West Wing.
That's her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
She was the press secretary from the West Wing.
You know, she's got that voice
that
whenever you hear it, like I think she's voiced a couple of cartoons recently.
Sure. Well, she's on commercials every now and then. And
well, maybe
like
she's just got that voice.
Yeah.
And I knew that immediately. But yes, they just dropped her in as like the...
and she was
the
evil.
colonel in Avatar.
Right, exactly.
God, what is that guy's name?
But like... But
Ike,
it
Ike
was...
Clanton is who that is.
It is. But she was more sinister because that's beautiful casting. You cast this person that everybody loves and everything else.
And she starts that way.
Yeah.
And then
or
when
she was the starfish in Finding Nemo.
That's another one. Yeah. See, and at first you're like, oh, she's not bad. She's good. And then I was like, God damn it, how did I not see that coming? Motherfucker. And she killed it the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah.
I think that's the first like villain I've ever seen her really play.
And she nailed
she was evil.
It.
Yeah.
Like,
that subtle.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Right. The subtle, okay, fine, we'll do this.
We want to take this time to thank you for supporting the Pulpery Podcast. We are available on all podcast platforms, so please follow us and turn on the downloads. You can always delete them later. If audio is not your thing, we are on YouTube. Check out our page and hit the subscribe button, like our episodes, and share with all your friends. Follow us on all the socials for our latest content and additional takes on the latest stories and news. If you need a change for your taste buds, go to thegdsauce.com and change the way you think about the way you eat. From their signature goddamn sauce to their ghost pepper sauce, they have everything you need to rethink condiments. Help support an independent business by getting rid of your same old condiments and boss up with the goddamn sauces.
Where are we going to start here? Just real quick before we get back to the movie.
You're the one with the notes.
Apple Studio is absolutely killing it right now, yes? Aren't they doing the bikers as well? There were 2 trailers before the creator that were Apple Studio productions.
Yeah, it could have been.
The Scorsese movie is an Apple production.
Yeah.
And there was, I think it's the Bike Riders.
Yeah. That one looks good.
Oh, God. Ooh. We'll get to that. The Exorcist comes out this weekend.
Ooh.
I'm traveling
that's right.
to see.
No, that's fine. We can wait on that one.
Yeah, we don't need to do that immediately.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, that might have to be a boys' night.
Oh, make it a girls' night. Okay, sorry. So, and so you've got the other thing I wanted to talk about, like outside of the movie. So now we've had Barbie and Oppenheimer, and now the creator is like original movies.
Right. That again, you would know from seeing Barbie, but like that's one of the things that a lot of critics are really impressed with the creator about is that it's not setting up a sequel or creating some sort of universe.
It is a standalone 2 hour and 20 minute.
Sure.
That doesn't feel like that at all.
No.
Roller coaster. That they built this entire world, went through it, and okay, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like in this case, like Stanley Kubrick and James Cameron should be proud.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the mixture of 2001 and Avatar.
Christopher Nolan should be proud as well because the roller coaster that they take you on, and the soundtrack, which was a Hans Zimmer. Yeah, is he still alive?
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah.
So of course, but the soundtrack too, like Nolan would have appreciated that. We didn't get the.
Yeah, you didn't get the.
But yeah, God damn it. Okay, so back to it.
Yeah.
The themes of it all. God, they tore you apart when he was on that beach with his wife.
Oh yeah.
God, and she's pregnant. Fuck, man.
Yeah. And I don't want to.
The human part of it. I guess we're not to get in too deep. The depth. It's not just, oh, look, it's a sci-fi. You have a hero, and he's trying to save this little one here, and he's got the forces against him, and he's... No. They used flashbacks to tell the story.
Yeah, but not long ones.
No.
Yeah.
But enough to...
Yeah, give you context.
Thank you. To their each person's motive.
Yeah.
Or not, motive's a bad word. Their driving force.
And my only thing with that is, and I don't want to come off of it as a dick about this, but
we're dicks. I think the 16 people who listen to us now.
Well, but I've seen a few movies with is it Gemma Chan?
Mm-hmm.
She's not good. And I know, like, I'm not an actor or whatever. I know, and like, I get it, but at the same time, like, whether it was, I wanted to say The Incredibles, but the Eternals in the Marvel universe, or this one, like
something lacking.
Yeah, like, and particularly when you're up against these other actors.
She was only on screen for little bits of time,
right?
But
when you're,
I guess I overlooked it. Especially because I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, because like Mark David Washington fucking or is it John David Washington?
I'm gonna make up his name. It's David Washington.
I mean, he's getting to that point where, I mean, like he's like his daddy. He's owning every.
Yeah, he's going to
scene.
carry the scene.
Yeah,
he carried the scene where all she had to do was lay there dead.
yeah.
That's what she did. She laid there
Right.
dead.
Yeah.
And he and a child, 9-year-old, for 12, 15 minutes. That scene.
It seemed like it.
Oh God, it is so and you go through a range of emotions, right?
Yeah.
Like, thank God he finally found her. Oh my God, there's a chance. And then, no, spoiler alert, it ends bad. Yeah. So I see your point.
Yeah.
The whole pregnant thing with her pointing the gun and stuff, like you're in the moment, but...
Right. I'm just like...
She was okay. Everything else was perfect. I didn't even realize...
Right. And, I mean, you're not... And I'm not sitting there saying, like, you know... Sturgill Simpson still needs a few more.
He's being a dick.
Yeah. Still needs a little more practice, but like Gemma Chan's been in several movies, and you're
big
Yeah.
movies.
And maybe that's the thing is that she's not good with green screens and.
She's more Tom Hardy.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Strap him onto the front of a car
and give him a Chicago accent from the 50s. Oh, we might talk about that movie for like weeks and weeks and weeks. Okay, so to this kid now, Alfie.
Yeah.
I read an article where they did an open casting, right? And she was one of the first half a dozen or so in. And when she finished, they looked at each other and were like, okay, that's it. We should just shut it down now.
Yeah.
Which... And if you look at her IMDb, somebody wrote like a biography for her because she hasn't been in anything else.
Yeah.
She's so young, and it's like, oh, from a early age, blah, 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 all this stuff. So we should keep an eye on whatever her name is. I'm sorry.
Madeline Unavoyas?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't look that
Yeah.
up. She is, we may be looking at, remember Christian Bale in the...
Empire of the Sun? Yeah.
I think this could be her Empire of the Sun.
Man, like...
She fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Like, there was at no point where I was like, didn't believe her like acting.
Yeah,
I was into her character. She made it so believable.
Yeah, who was the
relatable?
Who was the kid in AI?
No, I don't.
Not is it? Not, you know what I mean.
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
That child actor who was like, you just came off as annoying.
The one in Looper. The kid in Looper, he annoyed me.
Yeah. But
sorry,
yeah.
I'm bashing kids now. Jesus Christ,
No,
what does the world
but
come to?
like that's one, and it happens all the time.
All children's movie that need a kid to play.
Yeah.
And that, like, let's keep it real. A lot of those kids don't know what they're doing.
No, and I mean understandable.
Right.
So like to be able to, if it's not a comedy or a family flick,
they dropped a 9-year-old in the heaviest movie I've seen in a minute.
Right.
Well, Oppenheimer was heavy, but for a different reason altogether. And like I said, she handled it like she had been doing it for 100 years.
Yeah.
Maybe she's AI, and maybe that's the point of the movie. Because she was so good. I have a hard time. The invasion, when they brought in those giant tanks,
yeah.
They're getting to the third act. It was, even the wife said it. They were like, man, they kind of nailed that whole America likes to murder people, huh?
Yeah.
Because they never said what coalition it was. It was America.
Yeah, there really weren't any other.
Right. It was just
Yeah.
America. Okay. I was just trying to, and I'm not bashing my country, but it was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Very spot on. And sad.
No, I mean, like
It's like
there are so many elements to the story in this film. Like I mean, we were just talking about robotic religions, and then and whether it's the United States or in the old days would be the Soviet Union,
right.
Like somebody making an evil empire, and
that's what they were doing, and their whole the entire, and they even said it, like, our entire goal, everything we've done to build Nomad is to get rid of
Eradicate,
these, yeah. Where they had the fucking dumping pits and trash compactors. What the, oh my God.
And as you said, like, you do that with robots and AI.
Right.
That it's a little more palatable.
But by that point in the movie, well, no, I guess they did it a couple of times. Up front, it doesn't hit as hard as it does toward the end.
Right.
And then my heart, fuck. I cried a few times. It's okay. Sorry. I can say that as an adult. I cried at a movie. The final, we got 4 minutes. We'll talk about the final scene here. I'm just going to take my glasses off here. You could kind of see it happening. How that was all going to work out. But it didn't take away from the weight.
No.
Because that's his driving force driving force was to find, his whole thing was to find his wife.
Right.
All of this started, he didn't give a shit about the kid or anybody else. All of it started because he just wanted to find his wife because he saw her on a doctored AI, which was ironic in its whole, like a completely different reason. So when they met up in the cornfield.
Right.
Cornfield's like foundation.
Yeah, I got a Interstellar vibe from that, too.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
That was the other one. Okay. Go ahead and finish. I can't do it anymore.
Well, I mean, and that's after
everything else.
Yeah.
Like after he spent 5 minutes telling her, Alfie, goodbye.
Yeah.
And climbing up and down those fucking bombs that he was climbing in.
Nearly
in space.
suffocating, nearly getting torn apart by a mechanical spider monster.
Oh, that was perfect. Like, normally I'd have been like, eye roll, you could hear it to New York. But I went, oh. Because that whole Nomad is, I don't remember what it was, but it's made for destroying. It's the Death Star.
Sure. Which I think, like, they never talk about, like, the cornfield or that mechanical monster, but it has to be self-sufficient.
But they did say that normally we would send you up to Nomad to, when they caught the kid.
Yeah.
Up there to do research.
Yeah.
But you've got a different purpose.
Which is to die.
Right. We have to kill you because you're going to kill us all.
Yeah.
So that's the only other hint. And I guess, God, we need to watch it like 6 more times because they drop a lot of hints in there like that. They just said normally you would go up there. So there's got to be some kind of team up. Well, there is because they all went on the escape pods.
Right, yeah.
So there are some people manning, and by people I mean it could be humans, it could be the AI.
Yeah.
God damn you, John David Washington.
But again, that's one where, like particularly in their final scenes, excuse me, is where that, I mean, it's one thing to have, like, you know, scenes where a kid's being happy and stuff like that. Like, that kid emoted so well. I mean, like, to where, like, you know, I don't have children of my own, so and
I have one
and
her
that was
age.
Yeah, that was gut wrenching.
Yeah.
And, nailed it.
She better be up for lead. She's not supporting. She has to be.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, either
and now
one.
Again, we haven't gotten to Flower Moon or any of the other ones that are coming. I think Michael Mann has a movie coming out. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been hibernating for like 12 years.
Right, and he's about to go, hey, remember me? And everyone's going to go, oh, yeah. But this one's going to stand up.
Yeah.
This one, I didn't even get to the Blade Runner elements of it. The cities.
Oh, yeah.
And like it could be this
we both saw
generation's
that,
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
It really could. Kids go watch it and watch it several times and watch it in Dolby if you can, or IMAX.
The following Pulpery podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery is a privately produced podcast by Brock Ryder and Ben Grimmie. On social media and photography by Beck Ryder. Original music by the Heisenberg Compensators.